Hello everyone, my name is Sutton the Wolf, and welcome back to Memories Dogma Code 1. We're in a bit of a pickle right now. Kakadu is, like, very injured. We have really nowhere to go, because the city's blocked off, and we can't really find a place where Kakadu can rest. I, last episode, proposed Aoi-san's house, like Sodano's older sister. But it doesn't look like they've come to that conclusion. But I'm hoping that we can find out something, so I guess we'll find out. What can we do? What do we do? Isn't there anyone that can help us? Sodano's older sister! Dot 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 dot. That's it! There is one person we can turn to. She was the one who started worrying about us when we became wanted men. Ha! Alright, good. I'm glad they're not being idiots. Sodano's only family member. Aoi-san. When I mutter her name, Kakadu slowly closes his eyes.
Aoi-san,
Aoi-san, huh? Realistically speaking, we have no one else to turn to. Yeah, Hideki has a point that Aoi was really the only person who knew about them being wanted. And, like, outside of the group of, like, these three, Akane and Emma and Haruna, like, and, like, the police we were working with, like, other than that group, she was really the only one who knew about us being wanted criminals and, like, were still on our side. Excuse me. Yeah, so realistically speaking, we really do have no one else to turn to. But if we ask Aoi-san for help, that means we'll be getting her mixed up in this mess. Yeah, that's the downside. I'm sure Reina and Kakadu are thinking the same thing, as they furrowed their brows at the mention of Aoi-san. It's true we can trust her, but just because we can rely on her doesn't necessarily mean we should, though. Back when we visited her house, Aoi-san said it was okay to ask her for anything. But I'm sure she didn't say that with a situation like this in mind. That's why I hate those kind of promises, like the, I'll do anything. Like, don't say you'll do anything unless you've got, like, drastic situations in mind that you'd still be willing to go through with. It just, those promises are really easy to make empty. And so you just gotta make sure that when you make those that they're not empty and that you're like, you're writing a blank check, and you gotta make sure that you're okay with that. We don't know when that man will show up again. In the worst case scenario, Aoi-san might be put in danger. The police have to know about Aoi-san too. If she chooses to shelter us and they find out, then she might end up being labeled a criminal too. I have to ask myself, is it really worth putting Sodano's beloved sister in danger just to save ourselves? After thinking about it for a bit, I voiced my opinion. It's true that by doing this, we might be putting Aoi-san in danger. But right now, I don't think there's anyone else we can turn to. And realistically speaking, like, I'm all for the mentality of, like, okay, we shouldn't, like, get innocent people wrapped up in this, but, like, I mean, she's been involved with this situation in terms of, like, our ultimate goal is figuring out, like, what's going on with the Connect Center and, like, Sodano's memories and everything. And she is directly involved with that, being Sodano's older sister, so I feel like she'd be upset if we could have, like, relied on her and we didn't, and then, like, it all went wrong. So, I don't know. I feel like she'd want to help. Let's ask her to hide us until we can at least get your leg treated and figure out our next course of action. Yeah, we don't have to, like, be there for very long. We'll try to cause her as little trouble as possible, I promise. We'll leave as fast as possible. Dana, Kakadu, please. Dana and Kakadu lapse into thought, and after a while, Kakadu finally opens his mouth. You're serious, aren't you? Yeah. I look Kakadu right in the eyes. Alright. I agree with your plan. Thank you, Reina. Kakadu looks at me curiously when I thank Reina. Never thought the day had come where you'd ask me to do something so seriously. Fine, let's do it. That's not really the correct translation there, but alright. You basically... Alright, whatever. It was just kind of like a general agreement thing. Whatever. I don't know how to say this very well, but I suddenly start to feel embarrassed. This will be the first time I've ever said these words to Kakadu. Nevertheless, they need to be said right now. Thank you, Kakadu. Really? We've never thanked him for anything? Like, ever? We've been, like, good friends with him for how long now? Jeez. Some friend you are, Hiroki. Man, hearing that from you feels really creepy. Saying it does too. Jeez. Kakadu's laughter is infectious and I smile too. Oh, I like the little detail they did on Dana with her face expression changing there. That was nice. I feel like the gloom that's settled over my heart has cleared up just a little. If you two are done, I'd like to get going. Alright, let's go. We all head towards Aoi-san's house. Kind of surprised it's this close, to be honest. Hey! And instant teleportation. Maybe it's because it's still early morning, but we managed to make it to Aoi-san's house without being spotted by anyone. Yeah, it was like, what, 8 a.m.? Now that we're in front of her gates, I hesitate to ring the doorbell. If we go in right now, we'll be getting her involved in something dangerous. Even Dana, who unhesitatingly rang the doorbell last time, is looking reluctant. Kakadu, who's on my back right now, is silent as well. Am I giving him a little piggyback ride? The longer we stand here, the greater the chance someone might find us. This was my idea, so then I'll be the one to drag Aoi-san into our problems as well. I slowly raise my hand to the doorbell. The sound of the doorbell echoes loudly as I ring it. Worried someone might have heard, I once again look around to make sure there's nobody here. It's okay, there's no one else around. When the bell stops ringing, I just silently stand there, staring at the intercom. The silence stretches on for what feels like an eternity. What if she just wasn't home? Like, what kind of a troll would that be? Aoi-san, please answer. Hello? The same voice I heard a few days ago. Oh, it's Kuzuhara. Huh? Hiroki? Sorry, we didn't know who else. Wait right there! Before I can even finish talking, Aoi-san hangs up the intercom. A moment later, the front door opens, and Aoi-san comes running out. Hiroki, I was so worried about you! Aoi-san takes my hand in hers and grasps it tightly. Aww. See? I knew she'd want to help. What happened to Kakeru's leg? Aoi-san notices Kakeru's injury and grimaces. It's just a scratch. It's not just a scratch. Look at all that blood. Hurry up, all of you. Get inside. I'm sorry. Because we came here, now you're involved too, and you might be put in danger. I know we're causing you a lot of trouble, but... Don't be stupid. Aoi-san looks angry for a moment before her usual calm expression returns to her face. You don't have to say anything. Aoi-san. Like I said, like, she'd be kind of upset if, like, she could have helped and we didn't, like, do that. Like, people like helping those that they care about. Like, it's just how people are. Until this misunderstanding gets resolved, you're all welcome to stay here as long as you like. I'm having difficulty finding a good voice for her. I completely forgot what I gave her last time. It's been a while since we've actually seen her. Thank you so much. Now hurry up and get in. I exchange glances with Reina, and she nods. Aoi-san didn't turn us away. Feels as if our situation is finally improving a little. Cut to like a day later, and she's like turned us into the police. Jeez, that would suck. Ooh, I like the cat picture over there. After Aoi-san tends Kakeru's wounds, we go up to Sotono's room. Well, I guess we should sit down for now. sit down, not shit down. Anyone need to take a shit? We put Kakadu down on the cushion near the bed and sit opposite him. Dana naturally sits down to my right. Oh, this is an interesting picture. I kind of like this angle. I haven't really said this, but like, I haven't mentioned it before, but the art style of this game is very interesting. This is obviously a very, like, a recent game. And they've gone for a very simple style in terms of the art. And I think it actually fits the game very well. I don't think it would do as well with all of, like, the really complicated, like, character models bouncing up and down with breathing and everything. I think I like this a little bit better. And, like, the simple drawings of them with this angle, I like that. It's a really weird feeling for all of us to be in Sutton's room again. Yeah. Kakadu stretches out his injured leg. I can't even really tell his leg is injured. Which one is it? Jeez. Kind of wish they'd put that in the what's it called? In the art. Maybe it's on his thigh, though, and you just can't see it. He spends a long time looking like he's trying to find the right words to say, but eventually he just hangs his head. Kakadu? For once, Kakadu is silent. Seeing him like this, I become unable to say anything either, and remain silent. Dana looks at us both and keeps talking like normal. We're lucky that Aoi-san was willing to take us in. Yeah. I hope everyone else is okay. Yeah, me too. I'm really worried about, like, Haruna I'm not as worried about, because, like, I feel like she could get herself out of that situation since she's police. But, like, Akane and Emma, I'm really concerned about. My thoughts turn to Akane, Emma, and Haruna. I can't believe we were so pathetic. Now that we finally found a place we can relax for a bit, I can finally start thinking about what happened to them. Oh yeah, I'd almost forgotten, but Haruna gave us her MRD contact info. Maybe I should send her a message. I'm considering it as I begin to power up my MRD. That's actually a really bad idea, because if they confiscate Haruna's MRD, then they're just going to track us. But those policemen who came after us back there were definitely not proper policemen. So it's probably reasonable to assume that Haruna is still being detained by those people. They might be expecting us to try and contact her. In which case, it's probably best not to try contacting her for at least a few days. Yeah. Excuse me. She'd just get in more trouble, and they'd have a possibility of tracking us. I take my hand back off my MRD, deciding against calling Haruna. I want to believe that Akane and Emma managed to run away, but I'm still worried. Those two weren't doing bad against that guy. And Haruna has been given combat training as a police officer, so she should be fine too. If the three of us, who had the lowest chances of getting out alive, managed to escape, I'm sure they're all fine too. If something happens to them... No, let's not think about that. As long as we're all still chasing after the truth behind the JCO, I'm sure we'll all meet again somewhere. And when we do, we'll all share a lively meal like we did back in the truck. That's certainly true. I really hope they're okay. Me too. I'm sure they are. While we converse, Kakadu looks as if his thoughts are somehow somewhere else entirely. Unconcerned, Reina still addresses him like usual. Kakadu, how's your leg feel? Aoi-san did a good job treating it, so I'm sure I'll recover soon enough. Kakadu smiles faintly at her before lapsing back into silence. You need to rest or it won't heal. Hiroki, you too. Since we're safe at the moment, why not sleep for a bit? You do have a point. You too, Reina, like seriously. Reina's casual attitude belies her concern. But I really don't feel like sleeping right now. It's not there? It's not there. Something is not there. We're gonna find out what is not there on the next episode, guys. Cliffhangers! But regardless, that is going to do it for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below. I will always read them and I will always take them into account. And as always, I will see you guys next time for another mysterious episode of Memories Dogma Code 1. Ow!